Two Samsung powerhouses. Both bring 5G, big screens, and lots of hype. But which one really delivers? On the left, the all-new Samsung Galaxy A16 5G, boasting a larger display and next-generation processor. And on the right, the proven Galaxy A34 5G, a balanced mid-ranger with standout water resistance. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect.
First things first, let's look at everything we're going to cover. Here's the mind map of categories: price, display, performance and RAM, camera, battery life, durability and build, security and features, design and colors, and finally, release and support. Sounds good? Let's roll. Okay, let's talk price, because seriously, who doesn't care about saving a few bucks, right? So, the Galaxy A16 5G comes packed with some premium specs at a pretty competitive price. But, yeah, here's the catch. It costs 500 rupees more than the A34. You are basically paying a tiny premium for the newer stuff. Now, sliding over to the A34 5G, this one actually comes in at 16,999 rupees. So you save a little cash right off the bat. It's a slightly cheaper entry point. And while it's technically a slightly older model, hey, if budget matters, it's a sweet deal. So, for pure value, A34 wins this round. No contest.
All right, screens. If you're like me and you love your Netflix marathons, display matters. The A16 5G gives you a larger 6.7-inch Super AMOLED screen. Pretty nice, right? And a decent 90 Hz refresh rate. Oh, and it's pretty sharp, but pixel density is just a tad lower at 385 ppi. Now, the A34 5G, honestly, here's something cool. The display is slightly smaller at 6.6 inches, but man, the 120 Hz refresh rate really pops. Scrolling is just smoother. Plus, with 399 ppi, you get even crisper details and more vibrant colors. It's got that Super AMOLED magic, too. So, while you lose a teensy bit of screen size, the win here goes to the A34 for its refresh rate and sharpness. Moving on, performance and RAM. The A16 packs 8 gigs of RAM. That's a solid step up for multitasking and switching between apps on the fly. So, social media addicts, rejoice. But here's a little hesitation. It's running at a CPU clock of 2.4 GHz, which is a little slower than its rival. Now the A34. This one's rocking a faster CPU, 2.6 GHz to be exact, but only 6 GB of RAM. It's totally fine for daily stuff, but if you push your phone hard, you'll feel that RAM ceiling. For heavy users, A16 kinda edges it out in this category.
Oh, and did you know Samsung Galaxy A series phones are literally some of the top-selling Android devices worldwide? That's kind of wild when you think about it, right? Let's get into cameras next, because honestly, who doesn't want to flex a killer Insta story every now and then? On the A16 5G, you get a 50MP main shooter, which is legit high-res, a better ultra-wide at 5MP, and a wider f1.8 aperture for low-light shots. Although, the 2MP macro lens is, let's be real, nothing special. The A34, though, holds its ground with a solid 48MP main camera. And, oh, wait, its sensor size is even bigger for those details. Plus, it's got an 8MP ultra-wide with a massive 123-degree field of view. Crisper, wider, nice. That said, if absolute resolution is your thing, the A16 gets the upper hand.
Battery lifetime! Both phones come swinging with the same 5000 mAh battery, mega stamina for the price, and fast 25-watt charging. The A16 uses lithium-ion tech, while the A34's got lithium polymer, which is supposed to be a bit more stable, honestly. But here's something else. A34 also has IP67 water resistance, so you can worry less about battery-killing accidents. In reality, for everyday use, you can't go wrong with either, so I'm calling this one a tie.
For durability and build, this is where things get spicy. The A16 is lighter and thinner, a cool bonus if you're throwing it in a pocket or bag all day. But here's a little sarcasm. It's plastic and only splash-resistant, IP54. And pretty limited dust protection. If you drop it in water, yeah, good luck. The A34 pulls ahead here. It's a bit heavier and thicker, but wow, IP67 water and dust resistance? That's full submersion, not just a splash. It's rugged, reliable, and way better outside. So, durability? Totally the A34 for the win.
Security and features. The A16's rocking a physical fingerprint sensor, and honestly, it's quick and snappy. Touch fingerprint works like a charm, so you'll be unlocking in a flash. Only thing is, the placement could be better. Now, the A34 opts for an in-display sensor. Super premium, looks slick, and it's more convenient. Plus, dual speakers for better audio. But, heads up, it's just a tad slower than the physical sensor. If speed's your thing, A16 snags this category. Design and colors. Okay, this one's kind of tight. A16 comes in modern color options, like blue-black, light gray, gold, and light green. I mean, they look contemporary. Construction is plastic, so not super fancy. The A34 matches with graphite, lime, silver, and violet. Honestly, a really premium palette and elegant lines. But the design is showing a little age compared to newer releases. Given they both have their charm, I'm calling design a tie. Release and support. Now, here's something most people don't think about. The A16 just landed back in October 2024, so you're getting longer software support and probably the freshest security patches around. You're more future-proof, okay? On the flip side, the A34 dropped in March 2023. Older technology, older chipset, and obviously, there's less software support time left. But there's already tons of accessories out there. Still, for longevity, the A16 definitely clinches it. So let's line up all those categories side by side. On the radar chart, you can see A34 pulls ahead on price, display, and durability, while A16 takes the lead on RAM, camera, security, and future support. And hey, battery and design are dead even. The differences might look slight, but they really shape up how each phone suits your personal style. Here's how I'd break it down. Grab the Galaxy A16 5G if you want all the latest. Better processor, more RAM, and a killer camera for serious social content. But if you care about water resistance and display smoothness and need to save that 500 rupees, the Galaxy A34 5G is a seriously smart pick. If you found this comparison helpful, stick around and subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. You know I'll be digging into more tech stories